Mason. I'm a life coach.
And I'm Therese Houk. I'm a nurse and a yoga teacher.
And we're here to help you along the path of health and wealth. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about gut microbiome. And Therese, being a nurse, is going to help us to understand a little more about that. What is your main point that you'd like to make today about that gut microbiome?
Well, I think gut health and mental health are very strongly connected. And so...
How do they connect? What does gut microbiome have to do with mental health?
You know, it's amazing how closely they're related. First of all, if you think about, when you get excited, nervous, scared, what happens? You feel it in your stomach.
That's right.
You get an upset stomach. You might get butterflies in your stomach. There is a connection between our gut and our brain. And not only that, we're also finding that gut health is related. In the last 20 years, there's an astounding amount of research that is showing that gut health is related to our immunity.
Oh, okay.
Which is really important.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Not just mental health, but also mood. Autoimmune diseases are affected by gut health.
Wow.
And endocrine disorders, skin conditions, even cancer can be related to gut health. So it's a big deal. And the research is pretty amazing if you really start to look at this field and try to figure out what it's all about.
Well, when I used to be a counselor, I know that neurotransmitters play a role in our mental health. Are neurotransmitters somehow involved in our gut health?
Yes. Guess where many neurotransmitters are made?
That's definitely something we were not taught in graduate school.
Wow.
Not at all.
Yeah. So serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, G-A-B-A, are all made by the gut microbiome. And so you can see how, these are all chemicals, I guess you could call them, that affect our mood. And many of the antidepressants that are made are designed to upregulate or downregulate these different hormones. It's crazy.
More specifically, what's meant by the term gut microbiome? What does that break down into?
Yeah, the gut microbiome is actually bacteria. Bacteria live in and when I say gut, it's really is the small and large intestine. Our stomach is made up of an acid. It has an acid in it. That actually destroys bacteria. And so what is in the gut is actually protected somewhat by the stomach. And there's over 300 to 500 different types of bacteria that live in our digestive tract. And some are good, some are not so good. And so the things that can cause damage to our gut microbiome are things like stress levels. Stress levels affect the gut microbiome. Not getting enough sleep. Eating processed or sugary foods.
I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah. And then even, taking antibiotics, to me, that's kind of an obvious one because, antibiotics are designed to kill bacteria. And so that bacteria, of course, in your gut is also going to be destroyed. And so when we get bad bacteria overgrowth in our gut, that's when we have these problems with our immunity, with our mood. Autoimmune diseases worsen, or it can actually develop because of it. Skin issues, especially in particular eczema.
It's like everything's out of balance or something there when that happens.
Exactly. And not to mention that your body is not going to, even if you eat the best diet in the world, which of course we all want to do, but if your gut microbiome is not functioning well, or you have bad bacteria, it doesn't matter how good your diet is, that those good nutrients are not going to be absorbed as effectively.
What can we do to improve our gut microbiome?
Well, there's lots of things we can do. Just like all the things that can damage it, of course, we're going to do the opposite of that. You know, reducing stress is one thing. So how do we reduce stress? We live in a stressful world. So some things you can do, practicing meditation or yoga. Yoga's good. Taking a walk. Taking a walk outside. It can be very therapeutic and calming. Spending time with friends and family. You know, reducing caffeine. Caffeine is a hypes your system. So reducing that can calm you, reduce stress. Even something as simple as having a pet.
Oh, sure.
You know, can make a difference. Sleep is really important. Having, they recommend 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And, you know, everybody's different. I function pretty well on, I hate to say 8 to 9 hours of sleep, but everybody's different. So you have to find out what is ideal for you. Another little trick is when you're eating, instead of gulping your food really fast, which as a nurse, I am really guilty of because I'm always eating fast so that I can, you know, take care of my patients, which ends up happening at dinner time when I'm not taking care of patients. But so eating slowly is really a good thing to do. And then of course, having a high fiber diet, avoiding processed foods, and taking a prebiotic and a probiotic, a good prebiotic and probiotic.
What does the prebiotic do?
Well, a prebiotic is like, I want to say like a food for the probiotic. The prebiotic feeds the healthy bacteria. Okay. So if you have significant gut issues, you probably would want to take a combination of the two, a prebiotic and a good probiotic.
I've heard that the high fiber foods can be like a prebiotic.
Yes, yes. And if you have a good prebiotic, you most likely it should have a good level of fiber in it. Yeah.
You know, when I've gone to the health food store and I've looked for a good probiotic, I just see hundreds of choices. I have no idea which one's the best one. How do you choose the best or a good probiotic?
You know, John, that is a really good question. And I have to say, you know, in the past, I would, you know, go straight back to the refrigerated section, to the one that was the most expensive, of course, because I thought most expensive must be the best, right? And I have since learned that, you know, expense doesn't necessarily mean you have a good probiotic because, like I said earlier, what's in your stomach, hydrochloric acid, destroys bacteria. So if you're just taking like a capsule or a powder of a probiotic, it's 96% is getting destroyed in the stomach. All right. And I was like not happy when I found this out.
That's expensive.
And so what you have to look for is a probiotic that is encapsulated or coated to protect it from stomach acid so that it can get to your gut and work. That's where it's needed. And so some probiotics have 60 to 70% efficiency if they have a good coating on them.
So do you know of a place where we can get that good, that well-prepared probiotic?
Yes, and if you're interested, you can contact myself, you can contact John, you know, privately, and we can, you know, lead you to...
We'll provide our contact information in the more information or the more, the drop-down menu down below. And you can feel free to call, contact us through email or messenger on Facebook, and we'll be glad to provide you some specific recommendations of where you could get a higher quality probiotic and even prebiotic.
Yes. And in the meantime, eat, sleep, and be healthy.
Absolutely. I'm John Mason.
And I'm Therese Houk.
And thank you for watching this video. We hope you found value in this video today. We would appreciate your comments below. If you will, please press the subscribe button if you haven't already done that, and click the bell icon so you can be notified of any videos that we create when we create them. Here's to your path to health and wealth.
Have a good day.